Hello, Daniel. How are you?
How's it
Hey,
going?
Jay.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, we just started recording, so maybe I'll just share the um, agenda doc. Where is it? This one. I can't. Screw it. All right, now. Okay. Can you see this? I'm looking at the agenda doc right now. Yeah?
I can see it. Let me see if I can find a link. Maybe you can share a link in the chat here.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sure, let me do that. Hang on. This one. Here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. I'm just looking at the doc right now. So we don't have actions from last time. I think we already decided that we're going to move the meeting time to this time.
Yeah, this works pretty well for me personally and for Jay.
Sweet, we'll just leave it there. Okay. Were there any things you wanted to talk about, like anything on your mind or anything you wanted to get done?
I am happy to take a look at any PRs or new issues that have arisen while we have this time.
Yeah, let's do that.
We've had some other priorities, and Grafana's been our grafanalib usage has been fairly stable. I have had some ideas about developing kind of a Python or a YAML wrapper for grafanalib.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, since we're just generating Python objects, if we could develop a way to read in those object definitions from YAML, which is very possible. I forget what the library is called. I think it's, I don't know, I think it might just be PyYAML.
Mm-hmm.
Could lead to much more readable dashboards, but that might, we'll probably need some time to focus on that if we decide to go that way. And it might be separate from the lib itself before, or, we can test that separately from before we integrate anything into Grafana lib itself. But
Super. Yeah, maybe after the call we can just raise this on Slack and then maybe on Twitter as well, just see what people think. And maybe you can get some help from folks.
yeah.
Sweet.
Cool.
So yeah, so I started a new milestone for the next release.
Mm-hmm.
We have a couple of things that already went in. It was mostly just the Elasticsearch bits contributed by the BBC folks.
Mm-hmm. Those are all the closed merged, right? Yeah.
So yeah, and these are the open ones that we, labeled at some stage, and we just moved them to the next release. I don't know if there's anything in particular that we want to get done for the next release. Not sure how important all of these are.
So your stat panel PR there, that is just documentation, right?
Yeah.
That the testing suite will reject it if it doesn't, if the URL is broken, if the link is broken.
Yeah, that's fixed now. So the there was some, I don't know, community manager, like somebody from Grafana who went and fixed the links for us.
Yeah.
So it should be fine to apply this now.
Some guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like very good work by this community manager here, so I'm going to approve it.
Yeah. Sweet.
And I think we can, for merging, yeah, as long as stuff is tagged to a milestone.
Now? Are you looking at the list of pull requests now?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Pull request. All right. I have just approved and merged your documentation here. Data links support. Let's see what we have. Data link support to graph, bar gauge, gauge panels. New feature. Now, fairly certain that this would not. Okay, data links, default attribute links. Hopefully this is not breaking. I guess that is my concern. I don't think it would be. It seems to me that grafanalib will basically just ignore attributes that it doesn't know about. I'm not sure if the options attribute here. Maybe I'll just add a comment here first and ask if they've done any testing in older versions.
Yeah, we don't really have a good way of testing this automatically, right? Like there's no, I mean, the JSON we get, we can't really test it very well, right?
Yeah. We have to implement it. Only then we can test it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we have to implement everything. Like, let's say if we add a new feature, the only way we know for sure it works is by implementing it, making use of it.
Do you know if there is any
just so I get this right, is there like some kind of linter for JSON?
There's definitely a JSON linting.
But that would be just making sure that the JSON itself is sound.
Yeah, I mean, I think from what I see, the JSON should be fine. It should, in a worst case scenario, come back with self.data links. The list, basically an empty list it should come back with, which I think is fine. I forget, it's been a little while since I've been really deep in the code, the JSON model of Grafana.
Yeah.
But I think it would be okay.
Like linting from JSON, yeah, like you will get a JSON object which will be perfect, but there is a check that happens when you like post that JSON object to the Grafana Grafana instance. So let's say there's a single like some kind of spelling mistake that happened in a parameter. It won't work. It will throw you an error.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, is that with any parameter, or if it gets any unexpected parameter, or if it just
it happens. So basically, let's say if one of the character is like in capital and it should be in small letters, then it will throw an error.
Okay. So we probably ought to test this one then before we merge it. You'll find a little time to our implementation, we can switch the image or the base repo without too much trouble if needed. I think, yeah, I've actually, I have written some. I think the last time I was doing some work in here, I had written some scripting to generate basically to generate the default output of grafanalib for certain types of dashboards, pretty much just to get a quick diff of what is in what we were importing versus what the defaults are. And so we could probably just run it through that and see if it breaks with the new version too. So maybe I'll carve out a little time to work on that. Make a note.
And also edit to the notes. Could you just describe again what you would like to do there? I didn't quite get it.
So I think that we can test. Oh, you know what? I don't know if that would do the job actually, but yeah, basically I was thinking I have some scripts I wrote that will dump out defaults from various grafanalib objects, such as the dashboard or graph entry panels and things of that nature. But it doesn't really matter what the JSON is that we get. It more matters how Grafana works with that JSON. So I guess we just have to upload some of that, but we can also test that manually if we just paste in a bad or a malformed JSON or a JSON that looks like it will after we approve that PR. Basically a forward compatible JSON.
Super, I noted it down. Okay, we also have one PR. It's 195 that was approved, but it looks like there's a conflict in there. So I'll just ask if they can rebase it.
Approved pull request. Which one is this?
195.
Okay. Yeah.
As far as I can see, that's all the open PRs we currently have.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of old ones, but I think we all requested changes there. So
yeah,
let's see if we get an update.
Either that or they're just they're breaking.
Yeah. Although that's how
maybe establish some. Maybe we establish some policy of closing these after a certain amount of time. I don't know if I don't know what the best practice would be there.
Yeah, I mean, we can always reopen them, but I think if they've been sitting there for, like, let's say half a year or something, it's pretty safe to assume that people have moved on.
Right. Yeah. I mean, especially if we have reached out and there's been no response back from the author.
Yeah, I'll go over the open ones later on and then give them a friendly message.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
Okay. Looking at the new issues.
There is somebody has opened an issue. I have problems to generate the JSON dashboard,
Yes.
but they have left no details. So I'll perhaps.
Yeah, that is very unspecific.
So we'll wait for anything there. All right, single stat to stat panel.
Yes, so this was a message we got from the Grafana folks. This was just old links that were breaking. But basically what they told us is that the single stat panel has been deprecated and that we should make sure we support the stat panel instead.
All right, let's see what we single stat. When do we know what version that was deprecated at?
Good question.
With the Grafana version 7, they even updated the schema version. We are like way behind in schema version. We are using right now what 14 or 15, and it's 22 right now. They like the new schema version. They even got rid of the row thing, the row panel. Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, we have a pretty heavy usage of the single stat in our implementation. Single stat content has been removed. What content exactly? Did you just remove it? Did I miss that being removed from the Grafana lib itself, or just the documentation?
Yeah, just replace the links. That's all I did up until now.
Okay. Yeah. So we do, it would probably behoove our organization to attempt to upgrade to a newer version of Grafana sometime in the near future. I don't really have. It seems like we can leave it there without damaging anything. We can support the new and the old, and
yeah,
maybe leave a comment or something in next to the the method for or the object for single stat. But I'm not opposed to. Yeah, I think. Are we? So, what is our support level for stat? Are we supporting that right now in grafanalib itself? Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure it doesn't. It's not what I'm seeing. Oh. Yeah, we have a single stat object. Doesn't look to me like we have a stat object yet, so yeah, we will have to add that at some point.
Yeah, like basically it is tied to the version. So if we are using an older version of Grafana, then definitely single start will work. But with the new version, it won't.
Right. All right. Let's see, maybe add this for, well, maybe jumping topics, but is there, we haven't defined a release date for the next milestone yet, have we?
No.
A target for that?
No, whenever we felt like it, we did a new release.
Right. It feels like this should be in the next release. I think we should probably milestone this.
Yeah, we'll milestone it. Super.
I don't think it's too burdensome. Grafana schema. Create a dashboard panels. Allow rows after opening it. On Grafana, the panel structure has changed. Any update would cause breaking changes as row is not supported by Grafana anymore. Okay. So this is another tech debt.
Another one.
Now, this is a pretty big one, isn't it? This means that we need to get that grid. I forget what it's called. Something grid.
Grid pause.
Grid pause, yeah, to work. So yeah, we probably, we should do this at some point. This feels like, I feel like this probably, the milestone for this would probably be, the release for this seems like this would be bigger. Like I would be in favor of maybe moving to 6.0 or something, or 0.6.0 or something like this when we do this update. But I mean, it should definitely be on the, on the roadmap.
Right. I'm not quite sure what this would mean. Like, would we introduce like breaking changes, or would people need to specify like which Grafana version they're on, or how would this work? Or is it just something we need to replace? Was it row with grid pause, or?
So I think, if I understand correctly, this wouldn't necessarily be, we could write this in a way that would support old and new, I think, but this is something that somebody had PR'd in last April, and when we looked at it, the way that it was implemented by that person, it was going to break older versions, which was, I think, part of our hesitancy to move that forward. I think that PR may still be sitting there. I think that it can be written in such a way that it can support either schema. It's a non-trivial project, though, probably.
Okay.
So, I defer to the group basically if we should maybe, or kind of designate this as a larger change than a minor. It seems like more than a minor release change to me.
Yeah.
It's from like a semantic version standpoint.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It does.
So I don't know if we have a we have a 1.0 milestone that we. Let me see what else we've tagged with that. Filter 1.0.
Yeah, most of what's on there has been tagged like ages and ages ago, so
yeah,
we can do whatever we want.
Feels to me like 0.6.0 might be the best zone for this. So I can create that. So it's a milestone for a major revision supporting newer Grafana schemas and potentially breaking compatibility with older Grafana versions. Supported Grafana version to be determined prior to release. Determined and documented prior to release. All right. So, yeah. Yeah, you tagged us. Milestone in this project to address that. Fit with that. Okay. Yeah, I think that even for that number 172, which I think is the one that we were nervous was going to break break compatibility with older Grafana releases.
Which one? 171?
172, I believe.
Oh.
We can, I mean, even if we don't take that, we can probably use some of the work that was done in that. We can probably use some of the work from that.
Yeah, super.
Feature request, data links support. Okay, PRs here. Do we, well, oh, this person has responded 6 minutes ago. This Luis Hades. We can probably test this locally with our older version. What version are we on exactly? We are on 6.3.4 for Grafana.
Mm-hmm.
7s now, right? Let's see. Grafana version, Grafana releases. Yeah, 7.0.3.
Excellent. Yeah.
Is that milestone? Support. Tentatively put that in the 5.8 milestone.
The only other issue I saw that received some attention was 171.
Pull request 171.
An issue.
Issue 171. Okay, yeah, I'm just sorted on.
So somebody wanted thresholds support in Graph and was even offering to send a PR. So I just responded on that one.
Threshold. I thought something happened with that. Jay, you might be able to speak about the threshold object. I think you're muted.
Yeah. So hi, I'm just checking out the issue. Graph doesn't support thresholds. No one to specify threshold for the graph doesn't seem supports. Yeah, this is just, I think it's just adding a parameter it's missing. So yeah, it won't be much difficult to implement this.
Okay. I put it in the milestone, the next milestone.
Yep.
Yeah, we should look at. No, yeah. You look at the milestone itself, it looks pretty. There's a good amount of work, but it's not a lot of smaller items, basically. Seems like stuff that maybe we could commit to work on within the next few months, like the next 3-month timeline, maybe.
Yeah. Super.
Let me look at that document that you're writing. The agenda, that is to say. Yeah. Dashboard list channel. Data link support threshold.
Yeah, didn't take too many. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, that's all for now. With somebody asking on Slack the other day who wanted also to contribute like an Elasticsearch thing.
Oh yeah. I should catch up on those meshes.
Yeah, it wasn't super crazy active. Slack was. So yeah, I think to the next meeting I'm going to invite the BBC probes, and then also now we'll go and respond to those old PRs. Yeah, I think I remember from last time I took an action to find out who's using grafanalib as well to make sure we invite them. So I didn't do that. I think that would be interesting the next time to maybe get some feedback and maybe some people who are interested in helping out.
Yeah.
So let's chat about this on Slack. Maybe we all have some ideas how we can do some reach out, and we still have a month until the next meeting.
There's got to be, there's probably some literature that we can read, blog articles and things of that nature where people talking about, building a community around a project. So we may be able to do some research on that and improve, grow the community here over time.
Because I think like now we have like pretty good processes in place. Like rolling out a release is not a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
So we can actually get stuff done now, and it would be good to get some users feedback and maybe some. And it's like the code base is not crazy. Like it's actually quite easy to contribute to it. So
yeah.
Yes, we.
Thanks to the hard work that you and other people at Weaveworks have done on this so far, like testing and things like that, building in those patterns.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have crazy amounts of testing. I think that could also be an area of contribution for people. We'll figure it out. Like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Cool.
Super. All right. I guess we can wrap it up early then.
Sounds good. Well,
good to see you again.
Yeah. Nice to talk to you. Stay healthy and safe, and enjoy a nice weekend.
You too. Take care.
Right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Have a nice day.